Uloma was a beautiful 16-year-old girl who had lost her mother in a car accident when she was still a child. Since that day, her father, Mr. Obi, had promised to give her everything her mother would have wanted for her: love, protection, and the best that life could offer. Mr. Obi was one of the wealthiest businessmen in the country. He owned an oil firm, a shipping company, and several other businesses across Nigeria. They lived in a private estate in the city, a quiet and luxurious place where only the rich lived. Their house was large and well kept, with tight security at the gate and a fleet of expensive cars in the compound. Every morning, their family driver took Uloma to one of the country's most prestigious schools and brought her home safely each day. Uloma was quiet and very intelligent. She always came top of her class and didn't like drawing attention to herself. Her father loved her deeply and was very protective. After losing his wife, he couldn't bear the thought of losing his only daughter. One afternoon, as Mr. Obi's black SUV approached the estate gate, he saw Uloma standing outside talking to a boy from her school. The boy was smiling. Uloma looked up, saw her father's car, quickly waved goodbye to the boy and rushed inside. As soon as Mr. Obi walked into the living room, he called her. "Uloma, please come here. I saw you talking to a boy. Now listen to me, young lady. As long as you live under my roof, don't you ever do that again. Do you understand me?" Daddy, he was just asking for no explanation. Listen, boys are a distraction. I don't ever want to see any boy around you. Do you understand me? Uloma looked down. I'm really sorry, Daddy. It will never happen again. She didn't argue further. Deep down, she knew her father was still afraid of losing her. She kept her distance from boys in school. Although many admired her, she remained focused on her studies and avoided anything that could cause trouble at home. One Saturday morning, Mr. Obi sat with Uloma in the living room and told her to bring all her textbooks. "I want to see what you have been studying this week. Quickly, get me your bag," he said. Uloma brought her books and sat beside him. As he flipped through one of her math textbooks, a folded sheet of paper dropped out. "What is this?" he asked, picking it up. When he opened it, he saw that it was a love letter written by one of her classmates. "Uloma," he said, holding the paper up. "Who gave you this?" She looked surprised. Daddy, I don't know how a letter got there. I gave one of my classmates my textbooks, but I don't know anything about this. Daddy, please, believe me. I promise you, I'm not doing anything sneaky in school." Mr. Obi said nothing. He folded the letter and kept it in his pocket. A few days later, during morning assembly at school, the head teacher stepped forward. "Okay, students, today we have a special guest. This morning is a respected businessman in the country," he announced. "Please welcome him with a round of applause." To Uloma's shock, her father stepped onto the assembly stage. He spoke briefly about focus and discipline, but before leaving, he said, "I want to give a note of warning to all the young boys in this school. No boy should go near my daughter. If I hear that any boy is talking to her, there will be serious consequences if you don't want to lose a limb." The entire assembly went quiet. Then whispers started. Some girls giggled. A few boys laughed quietly. Everyone turned to look at Uloma. After assembly, a classmate couldn't stop talking. "My father will never embarrass me like this in school. What kind of a father is that? But I'm even wondering, is she even in a prison? I don't know. Doesn't she even have a say in her own life?" Uloma kept her head down the whole day. She didn't talk much. She just wanted to go home. When she got back, she went straight to her room. She sat on her bed, angry and embarrassed. Later in the evening, she heard the horn of her father's car. As soon as he stepped inside, Uloma walked to the living room. "Daddy," she said quietly, "why did you do that? Why did you speak like that at school? You started off well and then you, oh my God, Daddy, you embarrassed me. Why?" Mr. Obi looked at her and said, "Any child who says the mother will not sleep, that child will not sleep either." Uloma said nothing. She turned around, went back to her room and cried. After secondary school, Uloma gained admission into one of the best private universities in Nigeria. But even as a university student, her father's grip on her life didn't loosen. She didn't stay in the hostel. Instead, her father arranged for her to go from home every day. He also hired a personal security guard named Mr. Timothy. His job was simple: take Uloma to school, follow her around quietly, and bring her back home safely. At first, Uloma thought it was a joke, but Mr. Timothy was serious. He would sit outside her lecture halls and wait for hours. The only time she had privacy was during lectures. Even then, she could see him watching through the window, standing at a distance. She hated it. One afternoon, Uloma was sitting on a bench near the faculty building with her close friend Sophia. They were talking about an upcoming student event. Sophia laughed and whispered, "Please let me just ask. I hope your bodyguard will allow you to attend. This one that he follows you everywhere, he might as well enroll in the university." Uloma sighed. "My dear, even I am embarrassed. I'm not a baby. I just want to attend a simple event. But look at him, following me everywhere like a cockroach." When it was time to leave, Uloma turned to Mr. Timothy and said, "Please, you can go home. I have a student event to attend with Sophia. I'll come home myself." Mr. Timothy shook his head. "Madam, I'm sorry. Miss Uloma, I only take instructions from your father. He said I must stay with you and make sure you are safe." Uloma's voice rose. "Can you leave me alone? Can't you give me space? I didn't say I'm running away. I'm going to an event with my friend. Look at her. She's a female. She's not a male. I'm just going to enjoy myself for once, sir. Please, sir. Can't you understand that?" But Mr. Timothy didn't move. He replied calmly, "Ma'am, please. I have 5 children. I love my job. If you insist on going, then I have to go with you. If you don't want that, we must return home now. I don't want any problem. I am just following your father's instructions. Please." That evening, Uloma stormed into the living room, still upset. Her father was reading a newspaper on the couch. "Daddy, I am tired of all this. I'm not a little girl anymore. Why will you assign a security guard to follow me around campus like I'm under arrest? It's embarrassing. People think I'm crazy. The only time he doesn't follow me is when I want to go and use the restroom. Please." Mr. Obi looked up and said without hesitation, "Young lady, listen. You are my only child. I have the right to protect you. I don't care. See, I do not care what others think. There are wicked people in this world and I won't take chances." "But Dad, I am now in the university. You should at least trust me." "Uloma, I trust you. It's the world I don't trust." Uloma didn't reply. There was no point arguing further. The only time she finally felt free was after her graduation. She got admission into Harvard University to study for a master's degree. It was her first time living outside Nigeria without anyone watching her every move. There, she met Tony. He was calm, respectful, and kind. They became friends first, then started dating. Uloma felt like she could finally breathe. For the first time, someone saw her as a woman, not just a child to be protected. They promised each other that once their master's program was over, they would get married. But even in the United States, her father never stopped checking in. Mr. Obi would call every day, sometimes 5 times in one day. If Uloma missed his call, he would keep dialing until she picked up. The distance gave her space, but her father's shadow never left. After Uloma completed her master's degree at Harvard, she returned home to Nigeria. She was in her late 20s now. Her father welcomed her with joy and gave her a high position in his company. She became the general manager. Every day, she dressed smartly and worked hard, handling meetings, signing documents and managing staff. People respected her, but she still lived under her father's control. One afternoon, while they were both in the living room, Uloma told her father that someone special was coming to see him. "For what?" Mr. Obi asked, lowering his newspaper. Uloma smiled. "It's a surprise, Daddy, please. Okay? Don't ruin the surprise." A few hours later, the doorbell rang. A young man in a neat shirt and trousers stepped in. His name was Tony. He had come to ask for Uloma's hand in marriage. "Good afternoon, sir," Tony said, reaching out to shake hands with Mr. Obi. But Mr. Obi didn't stretch out his hands. He just looked at him. "What's your surname?" he asked. "Okonkwo, sir." "Okonkwo? Okonkwo from where? Who is your father? What does he do? Which companies does he own? Are you people connected to the president? Do you have influence in government?" Tony stuttered. "Sir, my father owns a small logistics firm, sir. We are not that connected, but that's enough. You are not good enough for my daughter. Come back when you've made something meaningful of your life." Uloma's heart sank. After Tony left, she turned to her father. "Daddy, this is not fair. You told me specifically how you started from nothing. Why wouldn't you allow someone else grow too? Why must he already have everything before he's worthy? Dad, please." Mr. Obi raised his voice. "Because I suffered to get to where I am. I will not allow a parasite to enjoy what he didn't build. If his parents had sense, they would have started a business instead of sending him to a school abroad." Uloma was stunned. She walked away in silence. A year later, Uloma met someone new, Richard. He was tall, kind, and wealthy. He wore earrings, chains, and had long dreadlocks. When Richard came to visit, Mr. Obi frowned. "Hey, hello, why are you dressed like this coming to see me? Didn't Uloma tell you that you were coming to see her father?" "Oh, you must be joking." When Richard left, Mr. Obi confronted his daughter. "Why would a responsible man be dressing like that?" he asked. "He looks like an armed robber. Uloma, he's hiding something. Go and check his past." Uloma was fed up. "Dad, first you said Tony was poor. Now Richard is rich, but you say he looks like a criminal. But Dad, you don't even know his heart. What exactly do you want?" Her father replied calmly. "Uloma, listen. When the right man comes, I will know." Another year passed. Uloma was now almost 30. During a business trip to Port Harcourt, she met Mike. He was gentle, respectful, and full of wisdom. When Mike came to ask for her hand, Mr. Obi laughed. "Ha! Hey, this one is too short. Uloma, don't you have eyes? Can't you see it's very short? Is it dwarfs you want to give birth to? Well, except you plan to give him heels to wear in the house." Mike stood up and left quietly. That evening, Uloma sat alone in her room and cried. She had done everything right. School, work, obedience. Yet every time someone came to love her, her father pushed them away. One weekend, she went to visit her best friend Lillian. She told her everything. Lillian listened quietly and hugged her. "Please stop crying. You know I don't like it when you cry. Clean your eyes. Clean it. See, we are going to church. You need to talk to my pastor. I know there will be a solution." At the church, Pastor Paul welcomed her kindly. After listening, he said, "Uloma, you will go on a 3 days fast. During this time, ask God to show you anything that is hidden. Whatever is in darkness, God will bring to light." Uloma agreed. She fasted and prayed morning, afternoon, and night. On the third day, while reading her Bible, she came across this verse. "The fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge." Ezekiel 18 verse 2. Her heart jumped. It was like a light turned on inside her. Could this be about her father? Was there something she didn't know? She closed the Bible and sat still for a while. Then she stood up slowly. She knew what she had to do. She had to talk to her father. One evening, she sat across from her father in the living room. The house was quiet. "Daddy, is there something you need to tell me? Something important?" Mr. Obi looked at her for a long time, then he sighed. "I don't know who gave you this wisdom," he said slowly. "But I'm glad you asked, because if you didn't, I may have been responsible for the death of many young men." Uloma frowned. "Sir, what do you mean?" He looked down, then said, "In our family, there is a tradition. Once a daughter turns 30, she must be married to the idol in our village. It has been like this for generations. The gods decide how long the marriage lasts. Sometimes months, sometimes years. After they release you, you can marry whoever you want." Uloma was shocked. "Daddy, when were you planning to tell me this?" Is it my fault? You weren't ready. You kept bringing home men like I didn't matter. If I told you, you wouldn't have listened." Uloma's voice broke. "So if I had gotten married to one of them and he died, you would have just watched it happen?" Mr. Obi didn't answer right away. Then he looked at her and said, "Well, your 30th birthday is in a few months. That's when the sacrifice is made. That's when we go to the village." Uloma left the house quietly and went straight to Lillian's house. She told her everything. Lillian wasn't surprised. Don't worry. We already know what to do," she said. "Prayer is our weapon. You see, when God is done with this issue, you'll be surprised." The next week, Uloma took a break from work. She and Lillian went to a prayer camp. They fasted and prayed day and night. They declared God's word again and again. No distraction, no phones, just raw prayer. On the 5th day, Uloma stood up from where she knelt and said, "I'm ready." Lillian turned to her. "Ready for what?" "I'm going home to prepare for the marriage rites." "Okay, no problem." When Uloma returned to the city, she met her father in the living room. "Hello, Dad. I'm ready," she told him. Mr. Obi looked at her surprised. "My daughter, but your birthday is not here yet. You still have a few months." "Daddy, see, there's no need to wait. Let's go." So they traveled to the village. When they arrived, the elders called for a meeting. There was food, drinks, and celebration. Women danced, men played drums. The village was excited. The idol's new bride had arrived. On the 3rd day, they dressed Uloma in a full Igbo traditional outfit. Coral beads on her neck, wrists, and ankles. Her face was decorated. She held a calabash filled with palm oil and walked with the women through the village. She danced. They sang. Her father walked beside her in silence and in pride. When they reached the shrine, one of the elders stood at the entrance and shouted, "We have brought your wife, as you demanded. She has turned 30. And you know what? She even came before her birthday to show her allegiance to you. Please, take her." Uloma stepped forward. The door to the shrine opened. The women stepped back. She walked in alone. Inside, the air was heavy, thick. The carved wooden idol stood in the center, fierce like a lion, covered in red cloth, feathers, cowries, and sharp fangs. It looked angry. The shrine was silent. Uloma dropped the calabash gently. Then she spoke. "So you are the one they said I must marry? What a handsome idol." She looked straight at the idol and shook her head. "See, I am not afraid of you. Do you know who I am? The Bible says whoever is born of God overcometh the world. Haven't you heard that even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered? For the Lord will fight those who fight me, and he will save his children." Isaiah 49 verse 25. She stretched out her hand. The Bible also says, "This sign shall follow them that believe. In my name they shall cast out devils." If I am truly a child of God, let fire fall down now. Suddenly, fire appeared on the idol's head. Then another and another. The wooden figures began to burn one by one. Smoke filled the shrine. Uloma ran out shouting and mocking. "Please, elders, wait, come and see. The husband you gave me is melting. Come back, come back, come back." The elders rushed in. They saw the flames. The gods were on fire. The chief elder fell to the ground. "Abomination! This girl has brought a curse to our land. Go, 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 go. Leave!" Another elder shouted, "We don't want you here again. You have destroyed the gods of our fathers." Mr. Obi said nothing. He kept looking at the burning shrine. The next day, after they returned to the city, Mr. Obi sat quietly in the living room. Uloma came and sat beside him. "Dad, are you okay?" He shook his head slowly. "Uloma, I still don't understand. That idol has been there for more than 200 years. Many have tried to destroy it, but you walked in and fire came from nowhere." Uloma said quietly, "Dad, I serve the living God. He has given me power to walk over serpents and scorpions, and nothing will harm me." Mr. Obi looked at her and nodded. "I'm sorry. I want to serve the God you serve. Please, how do I go about it? Is there a shrine I must go to? What must I do?" "Dad, you don't need to go to any shrine. Which shrine? My God is mightier than any shrine. I can lead you to him." He smiled, and that night, Uloma led her father to Christ. A few months later, she got married to the man of her dreams. This time, there was no idol, only peace. If you want to go deeper in Jesus to learn how to break generational curses or any hidden curses, I'm going to pin a book, a fantastic book that will change your life, in the pinned comment section below, and I'll also leave it in the description box. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that YouTube knows you enjoy it and they can promote it and show to other people. Thank you. I will see you in the next video over here.